The one who has loved us from before the beginning of time has made a way for us to live face to face with him, breath to breath. We have the incredible honor of living every single day of our lives aware of his presence. But if we're honest, we get distracted. We get easily distracted, especially right now. So much is happening in our world that our focus turns away from the one who gives us peace, the one who is so beautiful and so lovely and so worth all of our attention, who changes our entire life. We get so distracted from that one thing. The Lord put it on my heart to start a podcast called Breathing God. And it's a time and space where you can encounter him, where you can step away, refocus, re-engage your heart with his, and simply breathe his presence. I want to invite you to tune in weekly to my new podcast. I am going to share revelations that he's given me out of encounters with him. I'm going to have amazing guests once a month. And I'm even going to discuss some of the questions that you guys have surrounding contemplation, how to quiet your mind when you're trying to hear his voice. Do you hear his voice? Can you hear his voice? We're going to talk about things like shame. We're going to talk about things like distraction and how do you make time when you're busy? There's so many questions that you guys have written to me about and connected also on Facebook and Instagram. I want to discuss those questions with you. So I invite you to join me. And for those of you who are like, wow, it took you long enough to do another video, I want to say I am so sorry. Our move from California to Texas was a huge one. And I think I didn't realize how much time, it's been a while since we've moved, thank God. But I think I kind of forgot how much time it takes to readjust once you move. And we've had so many beautiful things happening in our lives, but it has just been just a busy season. And so I am so sorry that I haven't done videos. And for those of you who are part of my Breathing God group, I love you guys too. And I'm so sorry that we haven't been together very often. I will occasionally still be on YouTube, but if you follow me on YouTube and you want to hear what I have to say each week from the heart of God, please subscribe to my podcast. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Castbox. I can't remember all of them, but a bunch of them. So if you subscribe to me there, and please leave a review, that helps the podcast gets noticed more that way. And if you would share it, that would be awesome if you think it's worth sharing. But for those of you who have been waiting for a video and who are part of my Breathing God group, this is going to be the place where I am going to focus my weekly sharing from God. So I love you guys. I hope you will join me there, and still keep looking for me on YouTube and on the Breathing God page. I will occasionally be there, but mostly I'm going to be on the podcast. And I do have a couple other surprising things that I know God has put on my heart that I'm waiting for the right time, but it's all good. God is so good. And I want to help you to live the life that he created you to live, this life of peace, this life of joy, this life of encounter, because honestly, it's in his light that we see light, but we are so busy looking at the darkness that we're not seeing the light. But it's in his presence, in his light, that there is fullness of joy. And I want to help you encounter him. So please join me on my podcast. Love you guys.